Yet another cup final, ladies and gentlemen. We've just seen the press conference. Let's react to what Thomas Tuchel said. All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. Welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. This isn't the match preview. There's going to be quite a lot of segments coming up, building up to this match. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, I want to react to the press conference that just finished a moment ago and basically make sense of what Thomas Tuchel was saying in some of the matters of this particular match. Lots have been talked about, so it'd be good to sort of break it down and really try and analyze it. And yeah, over the next 24 hours, because obviously the game is on Sunday, we shall have the preview and we'll talk about, the team selections and really work up the build up to this particular match. But as I said, this particular video, ladies and gentlemen, it's about the press conference reaction. So let's get straight into this. Let's look at some of the quotes that's been floating around off the back of that particular press conference. Let's start with Adam Newson. Adam Newson is doing a bit of a madness at the moment, one of the up and rising Chelsea journalists out there. These are some of the quotes that he's provided. Then I'll go through CFC Daily, who's also a very prominent, Twitter account in the Chelsea community. And we'll finish things off with Absolute Chelsea as well, who's been able to capture some of the quotes as well. But first up, ladies and gentlemen, Thomas Tuchel, we had training today with everyone on the pitch except for Ben Chilwell, which is brilliant news. This is pretty much it. This is fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. The fact that there is no injury concerns at the moment. Ziyech and Kovacic, I think in the last 24 hours, it was said that they've picked up only impact injuries against Lille. So they are well and truly back and they're already training. We saw some clips, I believe, from Chelsea. Let's have a look. I'm sure there was a clip from Chelsea where Ziyech is walking towards the training ground. We shall see very soon. Yeah, here we go. I think Happy Friday Blues. I think there was a scene of Ziyech here somewhere. I'm not sure if we got to see Kova. Where is it? Not this one. Here we go. There's another section where the team is training. Mason Mount obviously training as well. Who's that? Wow, that's a cracking shot from whoever that was. And yeah, there's a whole heap of clips. Obviously, this was yesterday with Reece James. But yeah, there was a clip of Hakim Ziyech as well being part of it. So that's great news. Thomas Tuchel won't confirm which goalkeeper will start the Carabao Cup final. Kepa deserves it, but can't get sentimental about this. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we're in this conundrum. Mendy or Kepa? Mendy, Kepa. All I can say is I'm exactly what Thomas Tuchel has said here. You cannot get sentimental about this. Thomas Tuchel, I think it was it the press conference against Crystal Palace or a couple of press conferences ago. He said, Chelsea number one goalkeeper is Edouard Mendy. At the end of the day, he's the number one goalkeeper, and that's what we should be expecting as well as to who should start. I know Kepa missed out on the Club World Cup final, but if that tells you something, that yeah, sure, Kepa got us to the final, but at the end of the day, Mendy is the number one and he started. Similarly, this is what I expect as well. As much as Kepa once again deserves it. And Thomas Tuchel said that in the press conference that Kepa 100% deserves it, but he will not get sentimental about it. And I personally feel he's trying to say that it should be Edouard Mendy. I know they're going to talk about it. Look, I'm not going to be surprised and I'm not going to be unhappy if it's Kepa in the final because Kepa this season has been fantastic. But for me, Chelsea number one goalkeeper is Edouard Mendy. So for me, he starts the final. And that is the end of discussion. So I completely understand what Thomas Tuchel is saying here. Kepa deserves it, but I can't get sentimental about the whole situation. 100% agreed. Tuchel on Reece James. He looked brilliant in last two training sessions. Let's wait another session and let's see if I'm crazy enough to put him on the pitch. Ladies and gentlemen, Reece James is an extraordinary human being, absolute beast of a player. This guy has missed out good parts of 2 months of football, entirety of January and obviously pretty much the whole of February. And he's back training, and the 2 sessions he's looked strong, and to a point where he's put a seed on Thomas Tuchel's mind that he could possibly start. I mean, this is the level of player that we're talking about with Reece James, who could miss 2 months of football but put on stupendous training sessions and almost make the manager believe that he's ready. Look, I would love to see this player start in the right wing back position, but he hasn't played for 2 months. And to put him in a final, which is against Liverpool as well, who are flying high, and it's going to be such a high intensity match. Is that a good decision? I don't know. You want him to build up that match fitness just off the back of 2 training sessions. I know there's going to be another one. Look, I'll be ecstatic if he starts, but I can understand if he doesn't, and maybe he comes off the bench if the match goes long to extra time and so on and so forth. Just madness to think that he would even start. Like, surely you would need to have some sort of match fitness before you can feature in a particular match, let alone the final. But this is great news that he's back, well and truly back, ladies and gentlemen. Tuchel says Havertz has justified to play up front, but won't say if he plays Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. He's playing Sunday. As much as Thomas Tuchel can beat around the bush with this particular player, this is one player you best believe he will start on Sunday. I mean, I would find it baffling if this particular player doesn't start. Havertz did everything possible. I tweeted out on that day that with Lukaku not starting against Lille, it's now really up to the rest of the forwards to make an impression. And boy, oh boy, Havertz made an impression. And for me, he starts. It's not even a discussion. It's a non-discussion, to be honest. He is probably one of the first names in the starting lineup, along with your Rudiger and Thiago Silva and so on and so forth. So I've got no doubt Havertz starts. Tuchel compares Lukaku's situation to Jorginho, where Jorginho is one of the captains and has been tired. Same applies with Lukaku, according to Tuchel. Look, I don't completely agree with Thomas Tuchel on this particular front. What he said here, that he compares the Lukaku situation to Jorginho, and that it's tiredness. Lukaku himself, after the Lille game, said that he's not tired, he's not exhausted. So, look, we all know. I think deep down, Lukaku got dropped because of his stinkers. Let's be honest. How can you be tired only after 7 touches against Crystal Palace? You've barely broke a sweat. And even in the Club World Cup as well, it wasn't as if he was running around and running amok, even though he did score a couple of goals in that particular competition. It wasn't as if he was absolutely flying. Yes, in recent times, he has been playing a lot. Maybe there could be some sort of, I suppose, mental fatigue from that sense. But let's be honest, Lukaku's form's been absolute stink bomb, and this is why he's been dropped. Jorginho, on the other hand, I don't necessarily think it's the form. I feel like in recent times, perhaps it could be tiredness because he has played a lot. But I also tend to think that maybe Thomas Tuchel just fancies Kovacic and Kante a lot more, and maybe our midfield operates in a progressive manner a lot more with Kante and Kovacic. So, look, there's been opportunities for Jorginho to come off the bench, and even then he hasn't come off the bench, and it's been Ruben Loftus-Cheek. So, look, the tiredness factor could be somewhat true with Jorginho, but at the same time, I feel like Thomas Tuchel could be looking at something different. And Jorginho, as great as a midfielder he is, and we've been fantastic with him, but in recent times, we've not been very progressive, when he's been playing in midfield. Ziyech and Kovacic are good according to Tuchel. They joined the team training. There you go, confirmation from Thomas Tuchel. Look, if both of these guys are fit, I think both of these guys would have to start. Ziyech, once again, you cannot miss out on another final. He came off the bench against Palmeiras this final. If he's fit, which looks like he is, I'm hoping he starts. He's one of our better players, and I want all sorts of creativity available against Liverpool. And Kovacic, by far, is one of our best defenders, along with N'Golo Kante. And I would love to have both of them buzzing against Liverpool. So for me, this is fantastic news, and hopefully one more training and they can crack on. Thomas Tuchel and Jurgen Klopp. No, we don't speak regularly. Playing against Jurgen teams, they give you a hard time. We are playing against a Liverpool team on a strong run of games and form. It's big challenge, big occasion, but we feel very competitive. Look, ladies and gentlemen, Liverpool are on flying form. I don't really recall the last time they lost. They've been, even in Champions League, in the Premier League, they've been swiping teams aside. But I look at our performances against Liverpool in recent times. I believe last season, Thomas Tuchel had a victory. It was Mason Mount goal, 1-0, as I recall. This season, 2 draws. And none of the games this season, it looked like it really got away, except the last one, 2-0 they were ahead. But we then came back, and it didn't look like Liverpool were completely under control in any circumstance. So for me, I feel this is a great time as crazy as it sounds, great time for us. I know they're in good form, but we've just won the Club World Cup. We had a very good performance against Lille. And I feel like the attacking group, and the team itself, especially the attacking group, without Lukaku, I feel like they have this burning desire to show Thomas Tuchel that they can do a job, that they've been overlooked far too long this particular season, with Lukaku starting a lot more games. So I feel like there'll be a lot of determination for the attackers in this particular game and in the upcoming games, where they will try their level best to impress. And I feel like they're playing for their careers. They really want to impress and do well. So the determination factor could possibly be higher than Liverpool. No disrespect, Liverpool players will go out there and try and boss it as well. But when a particular man has his back against the wall and you are fighting for your life and your career, you best believe they're going to come back strong. So, look, yeah, we are playing against a very, very good team, but I feel like this team hasn't had our number in the last few games. So we could possibly get a win here. That's just my expectation. Thomas Tuchel and Jurgen Klopp, it's a pleasure to meet him, be in the final at Wembley again. Very grateful for it. Thomas Tuchel on Liverpool, I think 51 or 55%. They are the favorites because of their form. Yeah, I'd have to say we're the underdogs here. They're definitely the favorites, but I wouldn't say they are heavy favorites. I feel like we're a very, very good chance here to beat them. We've got a team that is capable of beating them, and they are weary about it as well. Yes, respect them, but I don't want to respect them so much where they feel like they're so superior to us, which isn't the case. Thomas Tuchel on Liverpool, our last 3 were draws, which is incorrect. Last 2 were draws. Before that, we won, which Mason Mount with the winner. We'll find a winner somehow on Sunday, obviously, because this one cannot be a draw. We will have to find a winner. We feel confident that we have everything it takes. Now we need to show it. As I said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm confident moving into this final, and I feel like our players, this is why I need Lukaku to be on the bench. I don't want him to come straight back in because I feel like that will send the wrong message to the group. The group is operating perfectly well without Lukaku. Every aspect of our attack is starting to click in. Yes, we need to be far more clinical. That was always our issue. But I feel like they're determined. They're very determined to show Thomas Tuchel that they can very well operate, and in fact operate even better without the 100 million striker. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was the press conference reaction. Let me know how you felt about the press conference. All the stuff that Thomas Tuchel had to say. Let me know how you feel moving into this particular match. We're going to have the match preview tomorrow, where we're going to do the predicted lineups and so on and so forth, and really build up to this occasion. I really, really want to beat Liverpool, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, to lift another trophy, but I just find these Liverpool fans so cocky, man. These Liverpool fans are so cocky. We need to beat them, ladies and gentlemen. If you've enjoyed this video, smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe. Hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Until next time, see ya.